sind alle Studierende von der SMU und haben uns im Kurs Chinese Business getroffen. Ich komme aus Deutschland und für mich war das ein besonders interessantes und fremdes Thema. Als es dann um die Wahl des Projekts ging, haben wir festgestellt, dass wir alle ein einheitliches Thema interessant finden, und das ist Traditional Chinese Medicine.
During our research, we realized that there's many aspects of the traditional Chinese medicine that can be incorporated into our projects. After our research, we found the existence of this particular hospital, known as the KWSH Hospital. Being a local, we were surprised that none of us know the existence of this hospital. KWSH Hospital is one of the oldest hospitals in Singapore, founded in 1910. Unlike other Chinese businesses that is being named after their founders, KWSH Hospital is named after the three provinces in the Guangdong, which is the Guangzhou, Waichou, and the Xuheng.
Founded by a group of Cantonese merchants who were instilled with the strong traditional values of compassion and care, KWSH initially provided free healthcare services to the Cantonese immigrants in Singapore.
We were given the opportunity to interview the CEO of the hospital, Dr. Ao, and at the same time our group decided to take the chance to head down to the hospital to see for ourselves what it was actually like.
We are clear, because what the country needs, what the government needs now, is a lot more of the long-term care sector. And so we change our so-called operational strategy. The corporate strategy is very clear, say elderly healthcare, etc. So our operational strategy, we say, okay, we will then do everything that is necessary for the long-term care. What does long-term care includes to us? Nursing home, daycare, senior care center, home care, community outreach. So we have sort of changed our operational business all towards this area. And our target group has not changed. Sick, elderly, poor. Our resource on our own is fairly limited. So definitely, like I said, firstly, we will definitely have to partner the government in the sense that they more or less give us some guidance and direction in terms of what we should look at. We are definitely partners, if I use the right word, with our major donors and volunteers, because on our own we just don't have enough to provide those services. This hospital is not a business. We do have the Chinese Cantonese legacy, and we don't intend to run away from it. The legacy gives us the strength. But what is important is in the understanding of the legacy, what is the purpose? The purpose, yes, it started off looking at the immigrants, not necessarily just the Cantonese but also the Chinese, but over time, it is really our current mission is to serve the elderly. The elderly has no race definition. So I think I would not want to call ourselves a business. The current terminology is that we'd like to be called in a more, sorry to be a little bit Singlish, more atas. You know what's atas? They explain to you. We used to be just called VWO, Voluntary Welfare Organization. Then later we say charity organization. Now we want to be a bit atas, more high class. Sorry, that's an explanation. To use the Americanized word, non-profit organizations. Yeah, but it doesn't matter to me. Whatever you want to call us, but not a business. I don't think we want to be called as a business. In the main board meeting where I have 50 over board members, my slides are in English, I have to speak in Cantonese, the minutes is taken in Chinese. Just to let you know, Chinese and Cantonese have a different style of writing. But my colleague captured the meanings in Chinese, not in Cantonese, but I speak Cantonese.
After our interview with Dr. Au, there are many interesting takeaways from KWSH itself. What intrigues me the most was the fact that till this date, KWSH is still being run by Cantonese, including Dr. Au himself. With the majority of shareholders being Cantonese, Dr. Au actually mentioned that he still holds his board meetings in Cantonese, and that is something rare as compared to modern organizations.
What interests me the most is the relationship between the government and KWSH. KWSH is currently receiving funds from the government while it's being under attack by the government as it wanted to reclaim back this plot of land. KWSH needs this plot of land so as to maintain its operations. Therefore, it tries to find other alternatives so as to prevent this plot of land from being reclaimed back. One way is through the applications of the natural heritage on one of the pavilions in the hospital. So through successful applications, KWSH has managed to retain back this plot of land.
Dr. Au mentioned that they consider themselves as a not-for-profit organization and adds how they actually charge a lot lower than other hospitals. To me, this is a very interesting point to note because KWSH has been sustainable for such a long time, and usually we will assume that any organization has to be profitable in order to be so sustainable. Another point worth noting is that a large part of their funding does not come from the government itself, but rather from other donors. And one particular donor they had was a Sikh temple that is located near KWSH Hospital.
So we came to the hospital with the expectation that it's going to be in a poor state, but actually we figured out that with the appointment of the new CEO, Dr. O, 4 years ago, they started to do a pretty well job. They were able to keep their land, and moreover, they're even expanding their business by building this apartment for the elderly, largely funded by donations.
All in all, it's heartwarming to find that such traditional Chinese business still operates in this day and age.
This project has definitely broadened our perspective towards Chinese businesses within Singapore, and we hope that our video has sparked your interest in this area.